right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. It's the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until, roughly 5 o'clock. Somewhere about in that area. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. 513-717-5464. I'm here. I made it today. I made it today. Oh, hold on a second. I got to do something here. Oh. Desaturate that just a little bit. I don't know that I love that. There we go. Now, go there. I can live with that. Then I can maybe saturate it a little bit more. All right. So I am here today. Oh, feel like it's been forever. Feels like it's been forever. But good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. As always, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I am here. Got a little baby here with me. This little baby, she got a little cold or something. So if I get sick later on this week, you know why. This one. What are you doing with this?
This is mine.
That is not yours.
Yes, it is.
No, that is mine.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
On Easter.
That was not with the Easter thing. That was just mine.
Well, my mommy gave me this.
No, she did. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Before we go, did your mommy really give you that?
Yes.
Or was that upstairs on the?
It was upstairs, but I came in here with it.
No, not if it was upstairs. You didn't come in here with it.
I did.
Was it upstairs or did you come in with it?
With it.
So it's another one upstairs.
No.
That's the one that was upstairs.
No. My mommy has the other one.
What?
Because that's hers.
It's not hers.
Yes, it is. It's mine.
Those are both mine. I bought them Saturday.
Now these are mine.
They are not. No, they're
gonna
not.
Eat them.
They're not yours. No. You eating my. She's trying to eat my cookies.
I am. I opened it.
You can have some. You can't have them all. You can have some. You can't have them all. Hold on. Let me open this for you.
Yay.
She was supposed to be here like an hour ago. So she just came in. We would have had all of this situated. Oh, this is a good bag. You don't need this. You can, hold on, stop, wait. You can either have that or this.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bag there.
I'm having all these candy.
Huh?
I can't have these candy because my mommy said I ate too much candy.
Oh, you ate too much candy. All right.
So I can't have this.
But hello, everyone. Let me put the chat overlay on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I don't have great things to talk about today because, the world is filled with misery and tragedy. So we talk about what's going on in the world. This daggone shooting. Oh, somebody said I froze up for a few minutes. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't mean to. In Louisville, apparently 5 people dead. They had a situation with a shooter. This thing is buzzing. Hold on just a second. I can't take buzzing. There was a situation with a shooter at a bank the story as I'm reading it. A man opened fire at a Louisville, Kentucky bank on Monday, killing 4 people and wounded 9 others, including 2 police officers. The suspected shooter, believed to be a previous employee, is also dead. Wow. They say the shooting begun around 8:30 inside Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. Police responded within 3 minutes. What they initially described as an active aggressor, which I never heard of that before. It was an active aggressor. And when police officers arrived, they encountered the suspect still firing gunshots. Wow. So they went in, and inside the bank, officers exchanged fire with the shooter, who died at the scene. Just misery and tragedy. Misery and tragedy. I'm still not convinced that this is a gun issue. This is not necessarily a gun issue. Again, I am for what Samuel says. Didn't he previously work at the bank? They say that, according to the story as I'm reading it, they believe the suspect to have been a previous employee. They believe the suspect to have been a previous employee. So, I don't know what the answer for that is. And it goes to that whole issue of somebody who wants to just shoot somebody, they're probably going to shoot somebody. Unless that's your game doing that tick, tick, tick?
Yes.
Can you turn that down just a little bit? Well, I can't tell now you stopped it from tick, tick, ticking. Okay, that's fine. Can you still hear it? Yeah, you can hear it because I can faintly hear it. Somebody who wants to do harm to people, it's going to be hard to stop them. You walk in a bank. You used to work there. Look, I say this is another case of treat people right. I don't know the details. No idea. I saw the story on the news this morning before I got up. So I don't know the details. I don't have any idea. But I know this. If, I'm really hesitant to say this because it's going to sound. If I walk up in a workplace and start shooting, I'm probably not shooting the people who were like really nice to me. The people who treated me with respect. Those people probably don't have to worry about me doing harm to them. The people who were rude and disrespectful to me, those might be the people that have to worry. But the people who were always treating me with respect, being nice, not even necessarily my friend, just not being the opposite of nice, they probably don't have to worry. Treat people kindly. Treat people with respect. And then, you never want to see any of this stuff happen. But if you do that, I think you stand a better chance of maybe surviving workplace violence or something like that. Maybe. Tria says, is that the little baby? Yeah, that's the little baby. She here. She'll be leaving shortly. Her dad is coming to pick her up. And she's got a little cold. So if you hear a little sniffling and coughing, that's her. She's over there. Yeah. And she's here. But yeah, man, y'all, look, people treat people with respect. Just do. So are you saying that Angel, Chad, Terrence Howard, and Raven are safe? I would never do anything like that. But yeah, those all would definitely be safe people. Everybody, nobody really treated me The people who treated me bad there left long before I left. So, and I saw you, Lewis. I saw Lewis says, you can't shoot anyone if you don't have a gun, Livingston. This is a fact. But you're not going to get rid of guns. Even common sense gun laws aren't going to get rid of guns. The idea here, and I guess if that's your idea, like in order to stop shootings, we have to get rid of guns. I don't think any reasonable person is actually sitting around trying to get rid of guns. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think, though, common sense gun legislation for, people who are going through some mental issues, keeping guns out of their hands. If you know in advance that someone's going through something. Oh, hold on. If you know someone's going through something, or, have some, what are you doing?
What?
Who are you calling?
My cousin.
What? You can't be talking on the phone while you sitting right there. You can't.
I want to.
You might want to, but you can't. So hit end. Hit end. There you go. Good afternoon, Rhonda. What was I saying before I was distracted? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, you can't get rid of guns. You can't get rid of them. But I was talking about common sense gun laws. Common sense gun laws. Oh, she's got a mental issue. Okay, then she shouldn't be able, necessarily to purchase a gun. Depending on the mental issue. She shouldn't be able to purchase a gun. He has some serious, well-known anger management issues, or, he's some things that we should be concerned about. He shouldn't be able to get a gun, okay? Maybe taking some, but you're not going to get rid of guns. People believe that taking one specific firearm off the table will stop what's going on. Then when something else starts to be used, they will call for banning that also. It'd be a never-ending cycle. Yes, it will. And, okay, so you take off the AR-15s, then people just start using regular 9mm handguns. So then you ban 9mm handguns. Then people start using 45s. So then you ban 45s. Then people start using, eventually we don't have guns, or all the guns are banned, but everybody still has them. Because you're not collecting people's guns. You're not getting mine. You're not getting mine. Some of this stuff is just common sense to me. I mean, I don't want to see anybody harmed. I don't want to see anybody hurt. But we also got to be reasonable. I'm for common sense gun laws. But 45s are more powerful than 9mm. That wasn't the point of to which was more powerful. The point was you want to ban this particular style of gun, this AR-15. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Let's make a noise. I don't know what you're doing. So then you ban that, then they'll start using people who want to cause harm to other people will use something else. Even if they start using a 22, then what, you gonna ban 22s? Oh, but that's not more powerful. I'm not talking about what's more powerful. I'm just talking about the idea that you're talking about. We're going to ban a specific weapon. ARs have not always been available for public sale. Okay? And CK, some of the stuff you say be out there. That's exactly what the slave owner said when speaking of getting rid of slavery. You're not getting my slaves. It's totally different. It is totally different. What are you doing? Anthony says, which makes perfect sense, also working on the issues that are pushing people to commit these types of acts. Are we well past the time where we need because there is a push for people to get counseling, for people to get therapy, for people to get all of that. And I'm 100% behind that. I'm 100% behind people getting counseling. What?
Can I have your phone?
What do you want my phone for?
Because my phone is dead.
Here.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Yeah.
You keep distracting me. I be talking mentally. I be getting ready to go somewhere, and then you say something to me, and then I don't remember what I was saying. Yes. Mental health. A lot of people are pushing for mental health and all of that kind of stuff. Mental people to go get counseling and therapy, and I'm 100% behind that. I'm 100% behind that. I do believe some of the things that we see, maybe some of these people need to be, I'm going to say, hospitalized. But a lot of this stuff is not necessarily mental health stuff in the sense of, this person has some serious mental illness that makes them go commit these acts of violence. Some of this is just, I'm mad and I'm going to take it out on somebody. This person wronged me or offended me, and I'm mad at the world, so the world is about to feel my fury. I don't know that we have an answer for that. Daryl says, if you're not in the military, what the hell do you need an AR-15? And give me that it's my right. As a regular citizen, why do you need an AR-15, which a handgun can't handle? It's not about why do you need one. Here is my answer to that argument. Why do you need a car that can go, 150 miles an hour? You don't need that. You really only need a car that can go, the speed limit. Why do you need a car that can go? You know how some of these cars can go really fast, like that new Corvette. That bad boy can go. Why do you need that? You don't need it. It ain't necessarily, we don't necessarily do things because we need it. People like to go shooting. Not necessarily hunting. People do that as well. But people like to go shooting. They like to go target practice out in the woods where nobody's around, set up targets and practice shooting them. Practice shooting fast. It's not a need. It's a desire. Like I said, you don't need a Corvette. You don't need a Lamborghini. You don't need a Ferrari to go that fast. You don't need it. But some people want to drive fast. So I can't say that you need it. But I can say that people should have a right to have it. People should have a right to have it. The public has not always had access to guns that can kill so many people so quickly. If they took ARs off the market, that doesn't mean mass shooting would never happen, but all likelihood would be diminished. No, not necessarily. No. I don't know. I don't even know where y'all get that from. But look. Even the idea that, the public hasn't always had access to AR-15s. So y'all act like just because that was what it was in the past mean that's what it should be now. Limiting people's rights has happened all over the place. Black people have not always had a right to vote. So does that mean, we should go back to that? Absolutely not. I'm only saying that to say the idea that just because a thing used to happen, doesn't necessarily mean we should go back to it. And I don't know that pulling AR style weapons off the market. But look, I watch a lot of shooting videos. I'm no master with a gun. Like, I can shoot mine. I've shot a hunting rifle. I've never shot a weapon that can shoot as fast as, say, an AR style weapon. But I watch a lot of videos because I do like guns. So I watch a lot of videos about things that I'm interested in. And I see the way that they modify just a regular handgun, a regular 9mm. And you can do a lot of damage with a modified 9mm. So if my goal is to go in and cause havoc, like mass shooting, I could modify some 9mm and take them with me and do a lot of damage. It's not the weapon necessarily. Now look, don't get me wrong. I'm not acting as if those don't help you do that job maybe a little more than a modified 9mm. But the idea that the one that went in Nashville, the one that went into the school in Nashville with the two, what did she have? The two AR style weapons and a 9mm. What if she'd have 4 modified 9mm that, almost operate as automatic with a few of those like really long clips in them? She could have done a lot of damage, as much as she did with her AR style weapons. The mindset of, let's get rid of this gun and then we'll have less shootings, or the shootings won't be as bad. That's just not the case. You gotta, and when I tell you little bit, the key word here is little bit. You gotta know a little bit about guns to know that won't stop anything. From somebody, especially who's a gun enthusiast, who knows how to do these things, who want to go out and commit mass acts of violence. It won't. If I use my platform to promote the ban, BAN, no D, of firearms in America, I don't think that I would save a lot of lives. Daryl says that his Glock will do the job for him to protect your family. And that's cool for you, Daryl. But what about people who want to go out sports shooting? I believe is kind of what they call it. They shouldn't have a right to, because your Glock is enough for you. Your Glock should be enough for them. Come on, that's like me saying, I drive a 4-cylinder Toyota Tercel, and that get me where I need to go. So that's the only type of car that anybody need. No, somebody want to go faster than that 4-cylinder Tercel will go. Will it get me where I need to go? I'm behind on comments. You need a car to go 150 so you can pass the car doing 130. Reese says people ain't afraid to go to jail jail anymore. Prison is like a camp. Now you can have cell phones, work out when you want to work out. People are not afraid to go to prison. We need to make prison hard, like breaking brick hard all day. That's not a deterrent. That's not a deterrent. The death penalty is not a deterrent for some people. And a lot of these people ain't going to jail. They're killing themselves in the process. So it don't matter if you breaking bricks all day. If, you know what I'm saying, you think of the worst prison that you can think of. These people don't care because they're not going to prison. They're killing themselves many times or getting killed. So the fear of going to prison, no matter how rough prison is or how soft prison is, don't matter. They're killing themselves. So no, hard prison is not going to stop somebody who tells their friend, the Nashville girl, text her friend or something like that, I'm going to die today. She had made up in her mind, I'm not coming back from this. I'm not going to I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to die. If they don't shoot me, I'm going to shoot myself. She made up her mind. So what difference did it make what kind of prisons we have? She wasn't going to them anyway. Let's see. Carlton says, stop with the excuses. What excuses? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Daryl says, oh, I get it. To compensate for what you are lacking, and that is courage. How is somebody who's out there shooting for sport lacking courage? See, again, you thinking, because when y'all think about this stuff, some of y'all thinking kind of narrow. Like, oh, everybody who goes and buy an AR style weapon, they're buying it because they want to go shoot up a school, or they want to go shoot up a bank, or they want to go shoot up a park, or they want to go shoot up a whatever. Some of them, many, probably the overwhelming majority of AR style weapons will never be used in a crime. Ever. It'll be some dudes who get together and go somewhere where they can shoot and display their skills to each other, get good at shooting that can off of the fence, or shooting that metal cutout target, shooting in rapid succession, seeing how, let me see, I got 4 targets set up. So you get to boom, 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 and see, who hits closest to the middle, so that I have bragging rights over Brent, and, I can say I'm the better shooter. Everybody who get an AR is not getting it to go commit a mass shooting. So you say for the few, because I know it sounds, you know how many mass shootings it is, Emanuel? There ain't no few. For the few. If you think about it in terms of how many AR style weapons are in circulation in the United States of America versus how many are used for a mass shooting or a crime, the overwhelming minority are being used for a crime. The overwhelming majority are not. So you're telling the overwhelming majority of people, you're not allowed to have this weapon because, see them people over there, they did it wrong. Again, using the same car analogy. Well, cars don't kill people. Stop lying. Using the same car analogy. People driving that car got in accidents, so now you're no longer allowed to drive that car. You know how many people get speeding tickets driving that car? So you can't sell that car no more. Everybody would look at that and say, that's stupid. You can't blame the car for the people driving it and the speeding, and, well, if the car couldn't go that fast. The reasoning behind it don't hold water to me. Now Daryl's mad, and the AR-15 is taller than you, so I know you can't handle it. Just just attack me. No, I know you're just joking. I'm just being silly. So for all of y'all who want to get rid of guns, because I know a lot of people, nobody want to get rid of guns, but really that's what y'all saying. Let's get rid of guns. If we don't have guns, then it won't be shootings. How exactly do you see that working? Honestly, how do you see that working? Janice says, and that's exactly why we have laws, because we don't have a humane society. So there are times when there must be restrictions to save the masses. All right. Anthony says, a shotgun with slugs at close range could wreak havoc. Yes, very true. I think Kamikia makes a valid point. What if the man in the bell tower on the campus of the University of Texas had an AR-15? He killed 17 people and injured 32 in 1966. Then Kamikia says, just open the whole market. Let folks get grenades, rocket launchers, hell, a tank. Why not? Actually, I kind of agree with that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I do kind of agree with it. Janice says my sound keeps going off. Well, here, let me do this. Hopefully I don't go away, people. I'm going to refresh here and see if that helps. So hold on just a moment. All right. So I refreshed. Sorry, all of your comments are gone. Let me see. Comedian said that they should make the bullets very expensive. I forgot who said it. I don't like that idea. If the bullets are that expensive, then I can't go sports shooting. And if it's $1,000 a bullet, for me to hit 4 targets is $4,000. As a joke, it sounds good. But again, y'all forgetting about the idea that there are people who have these weapons who use them on a regular basis for no criminal intent whatsoever. Just because you're not a gun enthusiast doesn't mean that doesn't exist. Ben says there's nothing wrong with the sound. She need to get off that Android. Anthony says, again, that's not true at all. I hunt also. Part of taking an animal is doing it as quickly as possible with the least amount of suffering. A certain type of ammunition fits the bill. Something that can put an animal down quickly. All right. Nat, a gun enthusiast. Do these people have sex? Yes. Hold on. I know you being silly, but you have to know, gun enthusiasts do exist. People get together. Look, we've been talking, and don't nobody give me a hard time, but we've been talking about a gun club. What do you think we want to do at the gun club? Just talk about guns? Sit around and just look at our guns? Think about guns? Now we want to shoot our guns. I want to say to Anthony, I hit all 4 targets in the middle. You were on the outside. I'm a better shooter than you. And then I want Anthony to talk about how I'm not a better shooter than him, and he gonna get next week, he gonna hit twice in the, you know what I'm saying? I don't think either of us are talking about let's have a gun club so we can plan how to go do mass shootings. No. No. But what y'all saying is you shouldn't be allowed to do that. You shouldn't be allowed to, you and Anthony, get together and shoot at targets rapidly to see who's the better shot for bragging rights. Somehow, that damages society. So the guns that you want to use should be illegal. And again, I say, using the car analogy, people drag race. People race. Then let's get rid of NASCAR. Them cars go too fast. You should only be able to go so fast in cars. 85 tops. That Indianapolis 500 gonna take a long time because y'all was only gonna be able to go 85 miles an hour. Tops. Who are these people who like to race? Let's take away some of their rights. Wyatt says, let us not forget that the majority of mass shootings are going on in our neighborhoods, not schools. Yes, that's true. But some of it, I don't know that I love the way we define a mass shooting. Mentally. Well, first, I think the definition of a mass shooting is like 3 or more people are shot in the incident. 3 or more people are shot in the incident. That's a mass shooting. I don't think of a mass shooting like that when I hear mass shooting. I get the definition, and there's a difference between the definition and, what it is. I don't like that as a definition, even though I don't know what other definition it would be. And when I think of a mass shooting, I'm thinking about what was Las Vegas in that concert, and you heard and a whole lot of people were shot, and it was just chaos. I know that's not the definition. I know it's not the definition. I don't like that definition being applied to that, and I don't know why. I'll give that some more thought. But the idea that because shootings happen, because I would imagine that the majority of mass shootings are not with AR style weapons. Again, based on the definition of a mass shooting, which is like 3 or more people shot, injured, in gunfire. Somebody can look it up. I might be a little off. It might actually be 2 or more, but I think it's 3 or more. I would imagine the overwhelming majority, maybe not the overwhelming majority, but the majority of those are not necessarily with AR style weapons. They're just with handguns. So if the majority of mass shootings use handguns, then we got to ban handguns. We got to ban those. Oh, hold on, CK. See, I see you this time, CK. Let me see if I can get CK in here. Oh, you tried to trick me. Oh, I took that cable. Hold on, CK. Let me see if there's a way that I can do this. I had to borrow a cable for something. I forgot to bring that cable back. CK? I'm doing good, CK. How are you?
What they call it, mass shootings are not AR-15s. That's 1,000% correct. You hear me? 9 millis. You know what I mean? Because like you said, I'm coming to shoot you, but then I shoot 3 other people, innocent bystanders. That's how it usually goes. So most are not with an AR-15. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you got to make sure when you got to think, when we trying to ban guns, I'm not trying to take your gun. We trying to take the guns from the killers.
But hold on.
Like the one you said in Las Vegas.
Right. But if you're trying to ban guns, because your initial comment was if nobody had guns, then nobody could shoot anybody. That's a fact. So,
yeah. I'm talking about like London. You know what I mean? With London, you know, I'm going by based on other countries that guns are banned. So the murder rate is lower than America because the guns are legal. Yeah, if we just go pound for pound with laws, the no gun countries is gonna have a way lower murder rate than the places with guns. You know, just check the rate. Look at places where guns are not allowed and look at the murder rate.
So wait, so CK, you are talking about banning guns?
No, yeah, that's an initial, but I'm saying, well, we shouldn't take guns from good people like yourself. I'm saying the people like that shot up the Las Vegas.
But how do you
Emanuel ain't shoot up no Las Vegas.
But how do you make that distinction? The person who shot up Las Vegas didn't shoot up Las Vegas until they shot up Las Vegas. So how do you make that distinction to know who to take the guns from and who to leave the guns with? You got me. This is pre-Las Vegas shooting. I'm standing next to the dude that shot up Las Vegas. We both standing there. We both want guns. He ain't shot up Las Vegas yet. How do you know? All right, E-Man is good, but this dude is crazy, and he gonna shoot up Las Vegas next month. How do you make that determination?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We do need to ban. When you put it like that, because now, like you telling, what you saying is you could at any time just snap and just kill 66 people in Las Vegas at the rock and roll concert. That's why you do need to ban them. You just made my point for me. See what I'm saying? At any time, you could just snap and take multiple lives out. And then you saying you advocating for grenades and rocket launchers and tanks. So somebody could just hit the house with a tank. You can't even defend yourself, Mr. Livingston.
Well, I don't think most people would be able to afford a tank. So I'm not really all that concerned about that. And there are a number of people right now who actually do have tanks. I don't think it's illegal to have a tank. It's might seem unreasonable, cost prohibitive, but you remember that DuPont dude who went crazy? He was a wrestler. He went crazy. He had a tank. He was a rich dude.
And
he had a tank.
And he murdered people?
Well, yes, he did.
Well, yeah, you're making the point that this is why we do need to get rid of them, because if you want to bring the murder rate down, that's why I say you got to use your platform to ban.
Well, he didn't murder people with the tank, but the idea, the thing that I'm bringing up is, I don't think it's illegal to have a tank, and I think it's cost prohibitive. So you say, well, let's ban a tank.
Yeah, like rocket launchers and stuff like that. I could just, these weapons are too violent. So I could do too much damage with a rocket launcher for it to be, for you to be advocating for that to be legal for civilians.
But hold on. But here's the thing. Again, a lot of this stuff is cost prohibitive. Number one, finding one for sale is, might be a little difficult. I don't think that the majority of my neighbors is gonna have them, and let's say they do. Let's say my neighbors, we all got rocket launchers, which sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
The chances of us getting into a rocket launcher war, it's not even reasonable to even have that discussion.
I see both sides because I know plenty of people with AR-15s, AK-47s, and they haven't killed nobody. They just like you, go to work every day and don't do nothing. But for the greater good of society, if you want people to stop walking into these schools killing little preschoolers, kindergartners, sixth graders, you're going to ask for guns. But if you rather be on the internet talking about the killings that keep happening daily, you would advocate for guns. See what I'm saying? But if you really want to bring down the violence, then you ask for the ban, and you could have a safer society for your grandbaby to grow up in.
So
it's like, do you really want change?
So you are legitimately for banning guns. Change. You say.
I mean, I think
you say change the Constitution. Forget all of this right to bear arms stuff. Snatch that out of the Constitution. Let's do a amendment to the Constitution that nullifies the Second Amendment to the Constitution. Ban guns, and then how do you get all of the millions of guns that are out there? How do you then get my 45?
Right. By physical force, and then, like you say, you starting a civil war. So I that's what I'm saying. I see your point, and I think you would lose a lot. But it's like the Constitution. Remember, we are 3/4 of a man, so it never was real. Remember, they put us black, me and you was 3/4 of a man. We wasn't even equal. So now you want to play equal in 2023 when you know they ain't. It always been a lie. It's been a lie. So
well, let me
about for the greater good for the children. They're killing kids.
Let me say this. I'm actually a proponent of the Constitution. I'm like, I have certain rights. The government shouldn't be able to tell me that I can't say what I want to say because they don't agree with it. So if you're advocating for that last statement that you made, if you're advocating for just abolishing the Constitution, it's a lot of stuff in there that you're going to regret that we don't have anymore. But
you're right, because I said amend, just like you amended that we was 3/4 of a man. Do they still have that in there? They changed it, right? Or is it still, or we still are 3/4 of a man?
Well, the 3/5.
How does the Constitution looking?
The 3/5 compromise, it takes a lot of discussion, but you're no longer considered 3/5 of a man. And
yep.
But the point is you can't necessarily ban guns. I would not be against. I mean, I would not be for amending the Constitution to get rid of the Second Amendment. I wouldn't be for that at all. Because one thing that I also do not want to see is that the only people who have a right to defend themselves in our country are the police and the military.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's very tough. It's very tough. I'm just saying for the greater good of society to help the children, because now you done took it to the level where they're going into preschools and murdering 30 kids in the classroom. You know what I mean? Because they had an argument with their mama. We done got to that point. You see what I'm saying? That violence level is escalating with the more freedom we have, the more crazy the killings have. So when do you get to the point? It's like you would have to sacrifice. Only way we could do that is if people like you switched up. You know what I mean? If it hurt you so bad that you was like, damn, I can't. You know what I mean? So yeah, with your opinion, yeah, we won't be able to change it. But you make some valid points though. You make some very valid points where I do feel you should have the right to defend your family. And I wouldn't want you to be butt naked trying to defend against armed criminals, trying to, take what you got. So
because you do know, even if you get rid of the Second Amendment and you ban guns, people who don't care about the law are not going to respect a law that they don't care about. So it'll be the military, the police, and the criminals will be the only ones with guns, and the rest of us will be at their mercy.
That's what you call a catch-52. I don't know how to fix it. It's like, I want to ban guns, but then I want you to be able to protect the family because I hate you. You be there, especially at your house, and you can't even defend yourself. So, yeah, anywhere, I like that you could have the conceal, but it's just too many fools. We got too many fools in America. and just going in there. You said they killed 66 people at the concert, country singer. They went into the preschools. Everywhere you're going, they killing kids. And I mean, if you just want to save the kid's life, you know, oh, it's tough. It's tough, man. I don't know what to do. Now you done messed me up. You done messed me up because I don't want to take away the law, man. But much love, man. Much love to the platform, and
All right.
keep hope alive, like the Honorable Jesse Jackson said back in '83.
CK, have a wonderful rest of your day. By the way, it's Catch 22.
It ain't catch. What is?
Catch 22.
Adam 22. I got you. Yes, sir. You know that GED. Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
All right, CK. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right. That's CK. You correct people so that they don't say it another time because they didn't know. But yeah, no, I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. I just know that banning a certain weapon is not the answer. And again, I'm for common sense gun reform. Like, you say something that's common sense, I'm probably for it. I'm probably for it. You say something that's nonsense, I'm probably against it. I'm probably against it. Let me see. I saw Wyatt says, guns are being used for crimes in states that have the strictest gun laws. Criminals don't care about laws and restrictions. Very true. Now, they do say, though, that a lot of those states, and how they prove this, I don't think that they necessarily can prove it. But they say that a lot of those states, the ones with the strictest gun laws, but you see a lot of gun crime, they say you got to look at the surrounding states. And those surrounding states have very liberal gun laws, so that those states are suffering because of the surrounding areas that have very liberal gun laws. That is one of the arguments that I heard made. I forget exactly who I heard making that law. And I think, I don't remember if they were talking about D.C., and they were talking about the gun crime in D.C., and they were saying, but these are the majority of these guns. And I guess they can track the weapons where they solve crimes. And they were saying a lot of those guns came from other areas that had very liberal gun laws. A lot of those came from areas that had very liberal gun laws. So that would make the difference. 513-717-5464. 513-717-5464. Before I came on the air, I was getting ready to do some stuff, and I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna be on with y'all, because I do have a few things that I have to do. Oh, quick question. This is completely left turn, completely out of nowhere. Does anybody watch Succession? Any of y'all watch the show on HBO, Succession? I watch Succession. I like shows like that. And I have to tell you, no spoilers. I don't do spoilers. At least I try not to. Yesterday's episode was very well written. It was shot very well. The acting was very good. Like, if you don't even really have to know what's going on in terms of the story. And if you watch yesterday's episode, it was shocking, but it was so well written, acted, shot, all of that stuff. I was thoroughly impressed. But I saw it, and I thought, Wow. Jeannie says, I've never heard of Succession. Who's in it? I don't know. I don't know actor names. Because, I mean, while they're people, I don't really care about the names of the actors. I barely remember the names of the characters. I like a good story. I like it to be shot well. And I like it to be acted well. And yesterday's episode of Succession was just, I don't even know how to, Carolyn says, yes, caught me totally off guard. And it puts you right there. If you've ever experienced something like that, which sadly to say I have, if you've ever experienced something like that, they nailed it. Like they absolutely nailed it. Somebody said, give you a little synopsis of the show. Let me see if I can do this. It's about this media guy. He owns this media empire. Think Fox News. Think Rupert Murdoch. He owns this media empire, and he has children who, you know, of course, the oldest son feels like he's being groomed to take over the business. And as he tries to take over the business, it don't go the way that they think it's going to go. And so it's about this media empire and the family that's running this media empire. That doesn't do it justice. Because if I just heard that, I'd be like, I'll pass. But it's a really good show. It's a really good show. I enjoy it. So that's that. That was it. I just wanted to mention that. I thought yesterday's episode was really good. Really good. Jenna says it's a real adult show. Dialogue as well above the 6th grade level group. Yes. Randall says, I just started watching it yesterday, E. Good show so far. It stays good. James says, Beef on Netflix. Never heard of it. Ben is telling Nat that a mass shooting can take place with any weapon. Yes, it can. Daryl, it's a pretty decent show to binge because I think they only do 10 episode seasons. And this is the final season. So I think, what is this, season 4? Are we in season 3 or season 4? I don't remember. But this is the final season. But it's been a good show from the beginning to now. And I'm interested to see how they're going to end it. I hope they don't do what they did with Your Honor. I don't know if anybody watched that on Paramount Plus. But Your Honor, I thought they were going somewhere. And I think it's over. The way that it ended, kind of, I could see where, like, if they decided we're going to bring it back where they could. But I felt like at the end of Your Honor, they wrapped up everything. Kind of hurriedly. Is that the... Like they were in a rush. Like, oh, we thought it was going to be another season, but this is it. Well, let's do this. Carolyn, you're right. I'm thinking of the oldest of those 3 and not necessarily the oldest, Carolyn. You're absolutely right. The second oldest. Anthony, they're talking about guns again, making it harder part will only primarily affect regular everyday people. We are in a day and time when people can make weapons at home. Very true. and there's also a black market for anything. Very true. I also watched a documentary about these 3D printed guns and how they're getting much better with these 3D printed guns. And yeah, if you ban weapons, people will still be able to make them at home. They'll be able to go on their 3D printer and you can download the specs and everything, and they will make these weapons at home. They're getting better. They're getting more accurate. They're getting automatic. I watched a documentary of a guy, and he worked with a guy who helped him, and they do this, I'm going to call it showcase. They do this gathering ever so often where they just bring their 3D printed guns and they shoot them. And they give out prizes for the best guns, the best design, the best this, the best that. And some of them are like fully automatic weapons. 3D printed, fully automatic weapons. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all who think banning weapons is going to be an answer. Dealing with issues. These are all people issues. Stop thinking about, I'm going to say stop thinking about, because it is a factor. But the idea that we're going to ban this weapon and things are going to stop is a ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous notion. Stop it. That's not the way it's going to go down. It's just not. Does the little baby have a rhinovirus? No, she's just got a little cold. She just got a little cold. Plus, there are some chemicals in the air down here because I'm over there in the screen printing shop getting everything together. This has been an entire ordeal. And as soon as I get off the air here today, as soon as I get off the air, when I say to y'all, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and I hope something life-changing happens to you, I hit end stream and I go in there and I'm printing. So I've been, getting everything together. Shirts are getting done today. So I don't know if the chemicals in the air down here are, because they're not strong, but they exist. I'm not making bombs. I'm making shirts. Making that daggone shirt for Jason. It's getting printed today. It would have been last week, but I had to go to Dayton 2 days last week and do some other stuff. Last week was basically just a wash. I didn't get anything done, but yeah, when I get off of here today, you can't tell, but my hands is really dry because chemicals, but I'm ready to go. Hold on, let me see. Nat says, using an argument like, well, people will find a way around it is not the strongest argument. I don't understand what's the other argument. What do you believe, Nat, banning guns will do? Or whatever it is that you're asking to limit or restrict or whatever. What do you think that will do? Because I'm always interested to hear, because we throw out ideas, but I'm always interested to hear what people think. Nat says, you're not listening. I'm not sure if he's talking to me or not. But I'm listening. I'm asking you, honestly, what's your idea? And I'm listening. You can call me, 513-717-5464. And I will listen to you, because I'm always down. Damn, you still making that shirt for Jason? That was a couple months ago. It was a couple months ago. And he approved the design, what I believe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. I'm not counting last week. Last week, throw that out. Throw out last week, because last week just felt to be anything. I had so much stuff going on. So maybe 2 weeks. And he will be able to wear the shirts. Oh, y'all funny. 513-717-5464. What else is going on? What else is going on? I saw that there were a few other stories that were going on. Of course, you got Trump. Of course, you got Trump out there. You know, I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. That's all I got. The same thing I had last week is all I got this week. I'm waiting to see. I would have loved to see some other charges be the initial charges if he was going to be charged with anything. I would have loved to see some other charges regarding something else be the initial charges. But, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And there's no part of me that believes that he'll be found guilty. Although I believe he is. And there's no part of me that believes if he's guilty, he's going to jail or anything like that. So that's that. Phyllis says there will be another season. Or waiting for it. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. I missed that conversation. Another season of, because this is the last season of Succession. So I don't know what you guys are talking about necessarily. But if you haven't watched Succession, it's a good show. It's a good show. I'm looking for a couple other shows. I just started watching. Oh no, we got Nat says, oh, he's replying to, wow, I've never seen that. Oh, Your Honor. They're going to do another season of that? Okay. Jason says, I'm late. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jason. You ain't missed nothing. We just talked a little bit about gun violence in light of the case out of Louisville where 5 people are dead, including the gunman in shooting at a Louisville bank, which again was somewhere where, they say he was a former employee. I say, be nice to people. Be nice to people. You don't have to be mean to people. It don't make you, you know what I'm saying, tough, no nonsense and all that kind of stuff. Be nice to people. Especially in 2023 in the United States of America. Especially. I walk around thinking, which is sad, but I walk around thinking, is something about to go down? I don't go very many places. I don't go very many places anymore. Me and Mrs. Livingston went out for soup and salad on, either that was Saturday. I'm pretty sure that was, no. I don't know. One night this weekend. We went out for soup and salad. And I'll tell you, I walk into the restaurant and I'm looking around and I'm analyzing stuff. Not that I kind of haven't lightweight always done that. But now I'm watching people. I need a sight line. I need to see the door. I need to see the people who come in. I need to see what they got on, how they dress. You know what I'm saying? Can you conceal a weapon under there? Like, for real. This is the stuff that I'm thinking about when I'm out just getting soup and salad. I see you, Shahira. Welcome. Welcome to the show. You might still get snuck by Lincoln. I heard just a couple minutes of Lincoln's show today. I might have listened for 5 minutes because, again, I was doing some stuff. Lincoln is playing Love Connection again. But I didn't hear Ozzy call in, but I heard there was a lot of conversation around Ozzy. And, you know, him looking, I guess, what was he looking for, a date or something like that? Let me say this. I respect that. I respect Ozzy. I respect somebody who says, basically, I'm out here lonely. And I'm tired of being lonely. I need somebody. That's a respectable thing. That's a respectable position to have and to make known. And some people might think that that's, you know, weak or whatever. But I respect that a lot more than, I don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? I respect that a lot more than that. You married to Jesus and all that kind of stuff. So what, you in a threesome with Jesus and Bob? I respect better. Look, I'm looking for love. I respect that. And maybe Ozzy will finally get some pie. And I mean, actual, you know what I'm saying? As the kid made him that pie, she should have let him eat some of the pie. So maybe he will actually now meet somebody who, when they make him a pie, they'll at least give him a piece of the pie. He finally got a piece of the pie. I hope that happens for him. But I respect that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with saying, I want somebody. Not I need somebody. I got to have somebody. But I want somebody. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, a threesome. Yeah, it's a threesome. You know how they be talking about they married to the Lord. They married to the Lord. But Bob's still there. Giving you, pleasing you. No. No, I'm not. I respect Ozzy. I respect, you know, just people say this is what they want. I'm not. I would be careful with Lincoln matching me up. I would be careful about that. But I got nothing but respect for that. Yeah, I mean, I know y'all remember Beth, who got mad at me because, you know, in essence, she couldn't be honest and say, yeah, I still want a relationship with a man. I've just given up. The kid is dead wrong for not letting that man eat her pie. Oh. And I actually had this conversation with who was that? I had this conversation with somebody, and they swore up and down the kid was not out of line. And I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know that women know how to treat men nowadays. I don't know that women know how to treat men. So I mean, I hope he finds the right woman for him. I hope he finds the right woman for him and that he becomes happy. That he becomes happy. That's it. I think I'm done with that conversation. Because I don't want, y'all know, women get mad at me when I talk about the way women should treat men. Because there is a way a woman should treat a man. Of course, depending on the man. But there is a way a woman should treat a man. And I think that has gone out of the window. But I think women still expect men to treat them a certain way. Women still expect men to treat them a certain way. There's a certain thing that women desire, even though they say they don't, which is, I'm aborting that whole conversation. Just forget that I ever brought it up. Forget that I ever brought it up. Let me see. I don't really have much else to discuss with y'all today. I really don't. I've been so occupied doing stuff. You know, today, I glanced at the news this morning and saw that update, and I heard Lincoln's show. Other than that, I've been in the screen printing shop. I don't have much more to talk about. My take on the brothers in Tennessee. Yeah, I did see that. There's really only one take that you can have on that. And anybody who got a different take, that was just ridiculously racist. It was ridiculously racist. And I saw where, the GOP representatives said, basically when they was voting whether or not to suspend these guys and this woman, these two black guys and this one white woman, I saw where they said, hey, when we were voting, we didn't even see color. We didn't even think about the race of the people as we were voting. We didn't even think about it. Hold on, but you know who they are. You know who they are. The black dudes got expelled. The white woman who was with them did not get expelled. But we don't know. We didn't even know the race of the people. We didn't think about the race of the people. Come on. I don't think that there's any reasonable person who can make the argument that that wasn't purely based on race. Janice says, if he's at her home and he asks for a piece of pie, I think the woman should give him pie because it is her home. What am I missing? What?
He meant to say, hey, do you have Sophia?
Oh. Here. What is this?
I don't know. I didn't do that.
You did. Nobody else had my phone.
I didn't do it.
It did it on its own. No, it didn't.
It wanted to do that.
No, it didn't. You wanted to do that.
No.
Here.
He's texting you something.
I see. You'll show me when it comes through. But that whole ordeal, Janice, was just, Janice, if I come over your house, you invite me as a guest. I'm not about to, me and Janice ain't about to get it in. Janice just invites me over. She cooked dinner. She makes me a plate. We sit and we eat. She tells me when I come in, and I know how much you love sweet potato pie. I made you a sweet potato pie for dessert. I eat the dinner, and we done, and I say, Janice can't get a piece of the pie. And Janice puts me out. Janice is foul for that. Okay. Yeah, Janice would just be foul for that. That's the whole scenario. So, yeah. Just think about his other options. What? He just get up and go cut himself a piece of pie? Come on. If asking for it didn't go over well, him just getting up and doing it, so he think I'm supposed to serve him. Yeah. Brent says, Most racists don't consider what happened to the Tennessee 3 racists. Yes, they do. They won't say it out loud because, you can't. But they know it's racist. They know that they're racist. Now, every once in a while, I do wonder. There are some people with, what do they call it, unconscious bias, who really don't think that they're racist. I know that that does exist. And those people may not know that they're racist. Because I toyed with the idea, is it possible to be racist and not know that you're racist? It's possible to be ignorant about some things and then you act on that and you don't know that those things that you don't know are racist. That's possible. That's possible. You voting, should we expel these 3 people who all together did the exact same thing? And you say, black male, expelling. Black male, expelling. White female, well, we can keep her. What's the difference? Is the bully in the chat room? I'm not sure. Sheila says, why would Janice put you out? You got to ask Zakia. That's what happened with Zakia and Ozzy. That's what happened with Zakia and Ozzy. She's cooked. She said, I made you a pie for dessert. When dinner was done, he asked for a piece of pie and she told him to get out. Who was he to think I'm going to serve him? I'm not going to serve him no pie. It's like, what if he would have went and got it himself? Then he would have really been in trouble. I asked the question and she said so. So, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why she would put me out. Janice, why would you put me out? I don't know. All this shit over a slice of pie. Lady C might turn Ozzy into her. Oh. It was weird. The whole thing was weird. It was weird. But, hey, they moved on. And now he looking for love. He looking for love. Sheila says they were wrong for protesting, just like Trump was wrong for inciting a riot. I don't think they were wrong. They weren't inciting a riot. They were just protesting. And based on what I saw, and I have to admit, I didn't watch their entire thing, but based on what I saw, look, if you say to me, I'm a representative and some people just got shot in my state. And so there are people here who are protesting because they want us to do something about gun violence. Because that's the scenario. They are protesting because they want their state legislature to do something about gun violence. Now, again, it does bring back my question, well, what can be done? All of that kind of stuff. But this is the people saying we want something done. And I stand in solidarity with them. And so I stand up and I say, we should do something. And this body is being derelict in their duty for not doing something. We have to have this discussion. What's wrong with that? That's different than inciting a riot, Now, if they said, hey, people, those of you who are protesting, come and take over. Then, okay, they might have something. But I didn't see where they said anything of that nature. And the argument that I heard from one member of the legislature was, hey, some of those people were really rowdy. They were actually, as members of this body was trying to get to the chambers, some of them were actually spitting on people. And for them to stand in solidarity with those people who actually spit on people, that's the same as them encouraging violence against this body. That was the rationale. That was the argument that I heard made for expelling these members, 2 of the 3 members. That was the argument that I heard. And that argument doesn't hold water. As representatives, they should initiate legislation to address the issue. Well, what they were doing was, again, I didn't watch the whole thing, but what I perceived that they were doing was they took their time to speak to say we should have a conversation about this and we should do something about gun violence, which I imagine might lead to some legislation. But when people first bring you an issue, I mean, the people were protesting. We want change. And you go to the floor while the protest is going on. There's a really good chance that you haven't drawn up legislation. And you're saying to your colleagues, we should listen to the people. I saw them with bullhorns yelling, no justice, no peace. But you do understand, no justice, no peace doesn't mean violence. It's more about no peace of mind. If we can't get just, because I hear a lot of people, and I'm not saying you're one of them. I hear a lot of people try to use that as somehow to say someone was trying to incite violence because they heard someone say no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace doesn't mean if we don't get what we want, we're going to be violent. It means if we don't get what looks like justice, you will have no peace of mind. Everywhere you go, we're going to try to be there, and you're not going to be able to avoid us, to ignore us. That's what no justice, no peace means. So yelling no justice, no peace is still not an incitement to violence. It's maybe an incitement to civil disobedience, but not an incitement to violence. At least not from my perspective. And if they believed that it was an incitement to violence, then why wasn't all 3 of them expelled? Sheila says they were wrong. I don't understand how that's wrong. I mean, I think we agree on the last part. It should not cost them their job. But I don't understand how you think what they did was wrong. So, look. And again, I'll go back and read it. Because again, I was not prepared to talk about this. The question was asked. I believe they were expelled for attempting to incite violence. And so for you to say they're wrong, to me, that means you believe that they were trying to fire up the crowd to act violently towards their fellow legislators. That's a huge leap. That's a huge leap. How is that what you believe they were doing? Genuinely, you believe that they were standing there saying whatever it was they were saying in hopes that they would stir the crowd to act violently towards their fellow legislators. See, their methods are tried and true. Black folk got to stop with the respectability politics. Well, that might not be what she's saying. And, everybody got a right. I agree with you that, yeah, their methods are tried and true. Civil disobedience. Until we get justice, you don't get peace. We're going to be everywhere. We're going to be protesting. We're going to be writing letters. We're going to be sitting in. We're going to be doing whatever. You are not going to have peace of mind until, for their particular cause at that time, until we do something about this gun violence. I don't know if this, especially when they're presented more egregious offensive by other reps who were not expelled. Yes. And again, I watched, what is his name? I like him. He makes me laugh and think at the same time. John Oliver. I watched John Oliver. I don't always agree with John Oliver. But one of the guys said, made the argument that these guys who ended up getting expelled did what they did for attention. And the argument was made by one of the now expelled legislators. No. We were trying to get attention put on this gun violence situation. And instead of dealing with gun violence, you want to deal with us. And, the kind of the idea that I'm being expelled for trying to incite violence, for trying to stop actual violence that's happening in our country and in their particular case, in our state, on a regular basis. But you perceive people spitting on you as an act of violence, but you don't care about people shooting kids at schools. That's not violent enough for you to do something about it. But somebody spitting in your general direction, well, that's violence, and somebody's got to pay. So I don't see how anybody can, I don't see the perspective that what they did was wrong. That I don't see. Of course, everyone has a right to their point of view. So I'm not saying that, Sheila, that you're wrong. I just don't understand. Walter says, I think they were made examples out of them to send a message for black people to stay in their place. We get that message so much. And no one does anything about it. Again, I'm still not watching the NFL because that's what I believe the message was sent to Mr. Kaepernick. I believe that's why he's not in the NFL, to send that same message. And of course, I tie all of that stuff together. I know a lot of y'all like, oh, man, you let it go. The NFL don't care about you not watching. And some of y'all, some people will say, I'm still watching, which I'm not. But I believe, when they see stuff like, hey, we sent that message to him and he got the message and nobody did anything, we can do it again. We can keep sending that same message. I know some of y'all think that's what happened with Kanye. But I don't know there's enough people care to really do anything about it. I don't know that enough people care to really do anything about it. Brent says all three Tennessee Democrats got different numbers of votes for expulsion. It would be interesting comparing the three to see where there is and isn't overlap. And Daryl says, people who worship the white Jesus image need no response to any comments. Them worshiping a white Jesus image tells you all you need to know about the individual. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about. But even people who worship Jesus, even if they look at that picture and believe that picture to be the actual picture of Jesus, which is clearly not, but they still have a right to their opinion. Walter says, did somebody pee in somebody's chair and still have his position? That's what was said. That is what was said, that someone urinated in someone's chair and they did not get expelled. R. Allen says, what up, E? Wyoming. All right, Wyoming checking in. Wyoming like the community or Wyoming the state? And we got Nat and Ben and Wyatt still discussing the gun issue. Look, y'all keep discussing it. I think if y'all keep going, y'all might figure it out. Kanye got his Adidas deal back. I haven't been following Kanye. I know at some point he came out and said, basically he's not a Nazi anymore. He said he's not a Nazi anymore. And, he liked Jewish people again. Now, I don't know his exact wording. I don't remember his exact wording. But, yeah, he basically said he liked Jewish people again. He was mad at somebody. What Jewish person was he mad at? He was mad at a particular Jewish person. And he said basically because of that, he took it out on all Jewish people. But, he over that now. And I don't think I'm making that up. I don't think I'm making that up. Daryl says, I seen their profile page. The person knows who I'm talking about. Okay. Janice, I'm not joking. Hold on, let me see if I can find Kanye's statement about Jewish people. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. No. Oh, stop it. Let me see. Oh, it won't pull it up. But this is from the Jewish Light. The Jewish Light. From March 26th. Kanye West announced on Saturday that he is now a fan of Jewish people, reversing the stance that he revealed in October when he vowed to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The latest twist in the saga that has fueled anti-Semitic rhetoric across the United States was prompted, West said on Instagram, and they have his post on Instagram, by seeing the Jewish actor Jonah Hill in the 2012 buddy cop comedy 21 Jump Street. He says, this is the post that he posted. Watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. And he later said, "Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you." Yeah, he likes Jewish people again. All because of Jonah Hill's acting. I don't know what's going on with Kanye. I don't know what's going on with him. I hope the best for Kanye West. But I kid you not, that is his actual, that is the text of his tweet. Oh, it made him like Jewish people again. I want to say you can't make this stuff up. You can make it up, but I'm not making it up. Oh, boy. But I don't know nothing about his Adidas deal. I don't know if he got his Adidas deal back or not. Yeah, that sounds like something Kanye West would write and say. And he did. There's a copy of it. They're not making it up. That is actually what he wrote. They're still having the conversation back and forth. Let's see. Kanye is caught in the Matrix. I don't know what. I don't know. Look, here's what I know. And this is all that matters to a lot of people. Not everyone, but to a lot of people, here's all that matters. He's got a lot of money. That's it. There's a lot of people who believe if you got a lot of money, you can do no wrong. You're smarter than everybody else. You're more together and all of that kind of stuff. So the man got a lot of money. I guess for a lot of people, that means he all right. Oh, in case y'all didn't see, April, I had to go that way. April is Stress Awareness Month. April is Stress Awareness Month. So April is a lot of months. So just keep in mind, be aware of your stress level. Don't let things stress you out. I don't believe in being stressed. As a little kid, I was stressed out a lot. I don't even really know why. Because, I was a little kid. I didn't really have much worries. But as a little kid, I was stressed out a lot. When I grew up, and when I got a certain age, I don't know what age that was, I made up my mind, I'm not going to stress about nothing. Nothing. It makes some people think you don't care. It does make some people think you don't care when you don't stress. But let them think that. Join me in April in not stressing. Whatever it is. If you can do it, do it. But if you can't, then you can't. Do the best that you can. The absolute best that you can. And live with those results. And when I say the absolute, don't phone it in. Not stressing don't mean not caring. Not stressing don't mean not trying. Not stressing don't mean that. Whatever the situation is, you do the best that you can do and live with that result. You don't let things weigh on you. Give it your all and live with it. And then, just know you did the best that you could do. And look, even if you didn't do the best that you could do, know that you didn't do the best that you could do and make up your mind you're going to do the best you can do next time. You got a deadline to meet? I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to meet that deadline. Oh my God, what am I going to do? No. Give it 100%. Try. With everything you got, try. But don't stress. Don't stress. It's Stress Awareness Month. We're going to be aware of the things that stress us. And I'm not even saying avoid stressful situations. Just don't be stressed in those situations. Calm down. Breathe. Breathe. Sometimes that's it. Sometimes that, I get to going and stuff get to happening. And I just, you know what? It is what it is. We are here right now. What can we do about it? Yeah, but the so-and-so. Okay. We here right now. But if you would have did this and if you would have did that, okay, maybe, but we here right now. What can we do about it? How can we fix it right now? If we can't fix it right now, then it's just not fixable. Whatever happened, happened. I can't go back in history and change it. So how do we move forward? Don't stress. This is Stress Awareness Month. We not gonna stress. All right. All right, y'all. I think I gotta get ready to get out of here.
What?
That was too much.
There's chopstick.
Okay, it was too much chapstick. I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging in with me. Okay, I haven't done this in a while. And, I do this to kind of kill time. Because I got about 10 more minutes before I get off. Any questions? Any questions? This is your opportunity. You could ask the King of Talk any questions. Any questions? Give y'all just a couple minutes, and then we'll see you guys later if there's no questions. Samuel says, Happy National Siblings Day. All right, I didn't know it was National Siblings Day. Who comes up with all of these days? Sheila says, nice, bye. Nice talking to you. Nice talking to you too. We don't agree that they did anything wrong, but I can appreciate that you have a different perspective. And that's what it's really about. Okay, here. Will the scooter be ready this summer? Absolutely. What? No, it's not a scooter. It's a moped. It's a moped. And yes, it will be ready this summer. Yes. Let's see. Are you going to go mainstream? I'm gonna assume you meant mainstream. I'm not sure. I just do this for y'all. So I'm not sure what that means. I think I am mainstream. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll be doing this. What are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar turning on Cody Rhodes last Monday night? We never did the WrestleMania wrap-up because last week I wasn't here enough. I was only here, I think, one day last week. But we never did the wrap-up. I don't understand the confusion about it. Let me say, I think it's a bad story idea. But in story, Cody wanted a match with Roman. Roman said you get a partner, or Roman and Sikoa. He said you get a partner, but the catch is that partner will never get a shot at the title again. Brock said, I'll do it, because he's banned from getting a shot at the title anyway. Paul said, Roman, don't worry, I'll handle it. Story-wise, behind the scenes. Paul went and talked to Brock. Paul told Brock, hey, if you turn on Cody, you will get a shot at the title. Brock, wanting to have the title eventually, turned on Cody. That'll come out later down the line. It's a simple storytelling. I'm not against it in that story fashion. I just thought Cody should have won the title. I thought that was a bad move. You mentioned earlier you're not going to be able to do this much longer, but switch topics and don't think you went back. What aren't you going to be able to do much longer? I don't remember saying that. So I don't know. If I said that, I wasn't talking about doing this. I'd rather enjoy doing this. So whatever I was talking about, it wasn't this. So I don't know. The little baby been distracting me the whole show. She's not doing anything to distract me. Well, every once in a while she is. But just, she's not feeling the best. So she's coughing and sniffling and breathing like a dragon. So, I had to keep my eye on her and make sure she all right. So I don't know what I was talking about. I apologize. Would you ever go back to the Buzz? When Lincoln retires, you should be up next. Again, I would go back to the Buzz given the right set of circumstances and money. Do I believe that they will ever offer those right set of circumstances and money? No. But if they did, I would be open to it. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. I felt like there was some lack of respect, which that would be the certain set of circumstances and money. But like I said, given that right set of circumstances and money, sure. I'm not beefing with anybody there. Emanuel, have you seen the Artemis 2 crew yet? They're sending a brother to the moon. I haven't seen the Artemis 2 crew. I saw where they announced it, but I didn't get a chance to click on it and see it. So, no, I haven't, but good. You going to watch the Tank Davis fight or watch NFL this season? I do intend on watching the fight. I do not intend on watching the NFL again, unless I've added a stipulation or I've given myself an out, if you will. My stipulations are simple. Colin Kaepernick gets a real legitimate shot to play in the NFL again. That's stipulation 1. If that happens, I'm back in. If that doesn't happen, there's another stipulation. Black NFL majority owner. A black NFL majority owner. Not a minority owner. Majority owner. They do that, I'll come back. Dale says, I appreciate it because you get me through the first half of my shift. Well, I'm glad I can help. What are your thoughts on Vince McMahon and his Just For Me in Color mustache selling a controlling stake to Endeavor? I think that's it. Well, the mustache is kind of creepy. That's kind of creepy. I don't know. I don't know. I think if Endeavor was smart, they would convince him to step out of the reins of the creative portion of the company. Because from a business perspective, apparently the man he know what he's doing. But from a creative perspective, his ideas are antiquated. And if they can convince him to step out of that arena, other than that, they're going to kind of have to let him go. They're going to have to figure out a way to get rid of him. I'm not against the move to sell. Clarence Thomas accepting the Gibson. He didn't know he was supposed to. That Clarence Thomas, it's crazy. Black Lion want to know what's the right circumstances. The right circumstances is I have a number in mind financially that they would have to meet. And there are some, there are some things that would have to happen title wise, control wise. The word just escaped me. Support staff wise. None of those things I think they would be willing to do. I would, but if they did, I would be down with it. Like I would need a producer. I don't mean a technical producer. Of course I would need one of those. I mean a producer. At least one, but probably more than one. I would need the ability to, along with my producers, dictate what to talk about. I would need to be able to know I could do my show the way I want to do my show. I don't have to, there's no company line that I have to go along with. If I don't agree with somebody politically, I got a right to say that without consequences. You know what I'm saying? Just simple stuff. They would know. But I have a number, and there are certain circumstances that would have to be met, which I don't think is going to happen. But I would be open to talk about it. What if the bus said you had to be friends with the white nationalist callers? That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. At least one producer and 3 assistants. I mean, at least one producer. Like, you need help to do this stuff. To do it effectively, you know? Look, and I don't have, I'm bringing Lincoln up, but I'm not bashing Lincoln. I don't have the personality that Lincoln Ware has. Like, I'm not going to be Betsy Sunderman's friend and go play pickleball with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that. And that's not a knock on Lincoln. That's actually, like, it's cool that Lincoln possesses that likability factor, that he can call Joe Dieters and they can be buddies with him, knowing that Joe Dieters is as racist as they come. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lincoln has that ability. I don't. And again, that's not a knock on Lincoln. It's not from my perspective. It's just, I understand that he has a different personality than I have. And Lincoln has done amazing things, allowing that outgoing, friendly, personable thing to work for him. And because of that, he has a whole lot of friends that covers up for a whole lot of weaknesses that happens there. Whereas there should be a producer calling members of city council when issues come up, setting up interviews, getting things in order, saying, okay, Lincoln, here is the issue, laying it out, you know, helping him understand the issue and the fine points of the issue, and getting guests lined up and ready and having him prepped for interviews. Now, I mean, some of that is on him as well, but there should be at least a person, but probably a small team of people to do that. Trust me, Rachel Maddow ain't just off the strength of being Rachel Maddow booking guests for her show, knowing all the senators and calling them. She has producers. That's what they do. John Oliver, he got a whole team of producers and writers and all of that stuff. And that's what they do. They together come up with the topics and research them and all of that kind of stuff. That's what happens. Cunningham, trust me, he got producers. And when he say, I want Simon Lease on the air, I'm sure he can call him, and maybe he does from time to time. But trust me, his producers are like, let's get Simon Lee's on. Let me call this person. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole team of people that's supposed to make this stuff happen. Lincoln is making this stuff happen, and it's just Lincoln. Now, and again, this is not a shot. I promise y'all this is not a shot. I don't mean this as a shot to Lincoln in any way, shape, or form. If you listen to the Lincoln Ware Show and you listen to Bill Cunningham, they're different shows. Not just different in tone and all of that kind of stuff, but different in terms of Cunningham is always, not always, but he gives out a lot of information. He's doing that conservative spin thing, but it's very information focused. He's going to have guests on. They're going to be talking about relevant topics and trying to convince their audience that things should be done and to motivate their base to view things with their worldview. That's just, but if you listen to Lincoln, he'll be talking about stuff, but it'll be more of, should this happen? No, I think so and so and so, but I don't know. What do you think? Oh, this happened. Well, what is city council going to do about this? I don't know. Let's see if we can get somebody on. But here's what I think. What do you think? It's two totally different, but it's not just different because Lincoln doesn't have the mental capacity of a Bill Cunningham. It's different because he doesn't have the team behind him putting everything together like a Bill Cunningham has a whole team behind him lining up guests and getting topics together and prepared and all of that kind of stuff. There's a whole lot that goes into doing it that way on that level that Lincoln just does not have the support staff to do. I would need that support staff. I would need to be able to do what I want to do the way I want to do it. Still be, me, but just be me on another level where the people can't say, well, I'm not going on his show. No, you really ain't got no choice. Because I got producers and we got all this stuff laid out and you can't avoid me. So that's what I'm saying when I say I would need all of that stuff. And again, Lincoln does amazing. Lincoln start talking about something and then so-and-so call in and Lincoln does a quick interview with him. It's amazing. His personality, Lincoln Ware's personality brings that to you. My personality is not going to bring that to you. I need a team of people to bring that to you. But I need it to be more consistent and, I don't want to be, I don't know. What do you think? No, I want to be this happened and then this happened and then this happened. Remember when you voted for this? No, back on the floor of council in 2017, you said this. When did you change from this to this? You know what I'm saying? I need a team. So if I'm going to do it, it's got to be a good team there. Would you be willing to compromise, or it's either they do what you want or it's a flat no? It's either they do what I want or it's a flat no. I mean, compromise. I said, well, we can't give you a producer, but what? But what? No, if I'm not setting up for success, no. If they say, okay, here is your number, we can get close to that number. How close can we get to that number? Sure, negotiation is negotiation. But if they we can't set you up for success, I'm not stepping in just to be mediocre. No. You asking for some white power. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah. I would go down there and meet with them and have a conversation about it, but I'm sure you'll have it up for me. Wait a minute. Are you saying the hosts don't have their own political beliefs? They do, but there are times when, this is a true story, and I think we even mentioned it on the air when it happened. I was supposed to interview Sherrod Brown, Senator Sherrod Brown. Interview was all scheduled, but it wasn't through, like I said, how, producers and blah, blah, blah. It was through, we're running this ad piece and we want Senator Sherrod Brown, who's a part of whatever it is that we're trying to do, to be able to come on and basically get a softball interview to push this piece that we're trying to do. So I'm not sure who asked for me to do the interview, but the way the interview was presented to me was, you're going to interview Senator Sherrod Brown. I forget politically exactly what was going on, but of course I was going to ask questions. So I'm preparing. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, come in. And again, I don't have a team, so I'm preparing. And then the way it was presented to me was, okay, you're going to do this interview, but you got to be nice. What do you mean I got to be nice? You got to be nice. So I don't know what that means. I'm never not nice. I'm going to be, here's what I'll tell you I'll be. And this is exactly what I said to him. I'll be professional. What does that mean? It means I'll be professional. I mean, I'm not going to be cussing the dude out or nothing like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no beef with Sherrod Brown. But I'm going to be professional. I'm not going to be nice. Whatever nice means. I'm not going to be nice. But I'm going to be professional. So what? You're going to be... I'm going to conduct a professional interview with a senator. That's what I mean. Okay. And then they came back to me later and said, okay, the interview is canceled. He's going to go on Lincoln Ware's show. Don't worry about it. Why would the interview get bumped from me? Well, Lincoln promised to be nice. What does that even mean? You mean I can't challenge him if he says things that aren't true, or I can't ask him questions about things that, it's a senator. We got questions. Don't worry about it. Lincoln's going to be nice. So I didn't get the interview. So are they allowed to have your own political beliefs? Sure. But there are certain times when you just got to be nice. I'm not that guy. And again, I had no beef with Sherrod. I didn't plan on getting on the phone with Senator Brown and be like, hey, Ian, the F y'all doing up there? You know what I'm saying? No, I was just going to do a regular old, let him say the things that he had to say. And then, of course, okay, yeah, this wasn't what it was about. This just popped into my head. All right, thanks for that information about the 513 bus. Now let me ask you about what's going on right here with this indictment of Donald Trump. Where are you on this? Do you believe that this was an overreach from the Manhattan DA? Or do you believe that you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that definitely wasn't what was going on, but I would have transitioned to what was actually going on because I got a senator on the line. I got some questions. I got questions. So, yeah. Let's see. Lincoln gonna steal on you when he see you. Why? I didn't say anything bad about Lincoln. I didn't say anything bad about Lincoln, and I definitely didn't say anything that's not true. Nothing bad and nothing that's not true. I thought Lincoln Ware was the man of power. Well, I mean, I'm just saying he doesn't have a team. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really giving Lincoln props. He doesn't have a team, whereas he should have a team. This man been doing this for 50 years. He should be able to rely on a team to help. Would he fight his team? Yes. Don't matter, though. He should have a team. I'm not making any excuses for Lincoln. He does not have a team. I swear I noticed that a long time ago, the way that Lincoln fussed at Raven for not paying attention. You would never hear that on 700. What if they can't afford a producer, but they will get your transmission fixed? You a hater. Why you such a hater, man? I don't understand. But again, I'm not taking a shot at Lincoln. I think Lincoln does an amazing job at what Lincoln Ware does, but he don't have a team. I don't know about that. I mean, again, a part of it is Lincoln Ware's personality. Part of it is Lincoln Ware's personality. And I don't know where I got the rap. I remember I interviewed, it was a really brief interview. Hamilton County Commissioner, why can't I think of her name? The sister, I don't know why I can't think of her name, but you know who I'm talking about. Not the one, but the other one. And when I finished the interview, because for whatever reason right now I'm drawing a blank on both of their names. But not the 513 bus, but the other one. And it's not important right now. But I did an interview with her, and when the interview was done, she said to me, I think she said it on the air, like, that's it? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I was told, or I heard that this was going to be a rough interview. This wasn't rough. You just asked basic questions. And I was thinking, where did you hear that it was going to be a rough interview? Where did I get that reputation? I haven't interviewed enough people for people to be like, oh, he's such a disrespectful, rude, rough, tough interviewer. I ask questions and allow people to answer, and if need be, I follow up or I challenge things that I know to not be true or believe to not be true or that don't make sense to me. And then I was told that this was going to be such a rough interview. Like, that wasn't bad at all. And I'm like, where did I get that reputation? I have no idea. But Lincoln doesn't have that reputation. Am I still starting a gun club? That's the plan. You was part of the Lincoln Ware team when you was there, right? No. Well, yes and no. For a minute at a time, I would mine stories for Lincoln. And Lincoln and I would sit in his office probably about an hour or so before the show. And I would go over stories with him. And a number of them he already had. But, two sets of eyes looking for different things in the news can find different things. And so I would bring things that he hadn't seen. And, we would discuss the topics. And I would try to help him in terms of determining how are we going to approach this topic. How is this? I don't want to say too much because some of this would sound like I was taking a shot at Lincoln, but I wouldn't be. But how is this? Okay, we got this story, but what's the topic? Because the story and the topic are two different things. And we would develop that. And that was kind of when our relationship turned exceptionally contentious because he didn't want to listen to me. He would listen. He would listen to me in terms of when he got on air, when what he was doing wasn't working. Then he would do what I told him to do, and then it would work. Most times, not all the time, but most times it would work in terms of disseminating information and being engaging and, looking deeper into an issue than just the surface. But he felt like I felt like I was running him. And I'm like, bruh, you the voice, you the face. I'm just trying to help you. So I think he was so used to doing what he do without a team that he didn't really know how to work with a team. He felt like you gonna get credit. And I'm like, Lincoln, don't nobody know that I'm here helping you. But he was so worried that I was gonna get credit if it was good. And somehow that, caused some rift. Thank you, Dumas. Yes. And who's the other one? Alicia Reese. Can you believe I forgot the name Alicia Reese? But it was Stephanie Summerall Dumas. Let me see. What is it? Oh no, I gotta take that down because I can't see the name. BMO say, what's good, E-Man? When you gonna get out and do some of them First Amendment audits? It ain't warm enough yet. I stepped out there and I was like, this ain't freezing, but this ain't warm. I'm gonna give it about a month or so. And then, I'll probably be out there. But yeah, no, he Lincoln does an amazing job without a team. And I wish he had a team. But if I was there, I would need a team. And I don't really see that happening because a team costs money. And they don't want to spend no money. So that's why talk is expensive. Talk is an expensive format because in order to do it right, you need a team of people who's going to do the producing and all of that kind of stuff. Somebody to find stories, to know what's going on, to be able to get contact guests, to schedule a show so that it makes sense and put everything in the right order, and to help the host do what they do. So you need a nice team for that. And then you need a team of people to sell it, who believe in it. And that's one of the other issues that was always going on behind the scenes at the radio station, is there was no one to sell it who actually believed in it. Like they were there trying to sell it, but they didn't believe in it. The people who were selling, Joe Sears believed in it. He was an older African-American man who used to work there at sales. We've had one or two who believed in it. But for the most part, a lot of the people who have worked in sales was like, I don't know if I really believe in this. And I would actually hear, and this is not made up, I'm not lying, and none of that. I would actually hear some of the salespeople, people would legit call in and say, I want to advertise on the buzz. And the salespeople would say, your money would be much better spent advertising on the Wiz. And we'll just give you the buzz for free. But I don't want to advertise on the Wiz. I want to advertise on the buzz. Well, and I've heard them turn down money. Because, they work, what do you call it when you sell? Commission. They work on some of them, most of them, get a lot of money from commission. And so if you ain't spending that kind of money, you ain't worth their time. So they like, well, if you don't really want to buy the Wiz and this is all the money you got in terms of a budget, we good. I'm like, but that's money that could be on our books on the buzz. That's money. But you want to sell the Wiz and give away the buzz. Or sell OSL and give away the buzz. That was a super frustrating thing. And I sat for a time in the area where the salespeople sat. So I would hear these conversations going on repeatedly. People turning, and then they'd be, well, but no one wants to advertise on the buzz. And I'd be like, yes, they do. But you said no. You turned them down. I would actually say that when I would hear them say that, because the truth ain't never hurt nobody. Well, that's not true, but I would say it. So, yeah, no, they're just the things that would have to happen. The things that would have to happen. I don't see it happening, so. But if it happened, I would love to go back and do like a really good talk show. Like a really good, top-notch, top-level talk show for black people in Cincinnati. Oh, my goodness. I would love it. Jason says, did you resolve all the issues with the press? I believe I did. Like I told the people, see, you was late. I told the people, when I say peace, I'm headed straight. Now, this might not be true anymore because I did get a message that her dad is going to be a little late. But when I hang up or disconnect, when I end this stream tonight, those shirts will be printed tonight, unless something goes horribly wrong. And then tomorrow morning, they will be printed. So, let me see. You think they gonna charge some of the parents involved in the R. Kelly case? They got text messages from a mom telling her daughter to sit in his lap and seduce him. If they do, then maybe they'll charge them. Some of them parents should be charged. But look, it's 5:25. I got to get out of here. I know Wyatt probably on. Wyatt, if you're not on, what you waiting on, bro? Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. I got some stuff I got to do. Make sure this little baby is taken care of and some shirts to print. So y'all enjoy yourselves. I hope something amazing, life-changing happens to you by the time you go to bed tonight. All right? Until next time, it's been the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.